So I'm on my way back from a morning run and I see Henry. Henry is the best. He runs this guest house where I'm staying in Malawi, and I immediately adore him because he reminds me of my great uncle Henry. Not because they share the same name, that's too easy, but because they have the unique ability to make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. So I see him and I light up. Morning, Henry. Sala, where were you? Now the Sala part's not weird. In Malawi, L's and R's are interchangeable, but something's not right. Well, I went out for a run. Why weren't you in your room? Well, I went out for a run. We have a thieving problem. Is everything in your room? So we go check my room. It was locked just how I left it, and I open the door, and everything's just how I left it. What about your laptop? Oh, sweet Henry, it's on my bed. But I open the case, and as soon as I say, it's gone, Henry is gone. He bolts out the room, yelling, "We'll protect you, Sala!" I check my room, and everything else seems to be in place, so I go out into the courtyard to see where Henry went. A few minutes later, he comes back, proud as can be, with my laptop in hand. And behind him are two men, kind of arm in arm with a third man. He gave me my laptop and said, "I said we'd protect you." He told me that the thief had been staying at the guest house, and they think he had a master key, and maybe somebody else was involved, so if I could stay for the police to come and tell him what happened. Not long later, a Land Cruiser rolls up, and two police officers get out, and there's clearly the senior officer with the belly of, well, police officers everywhere, and the junior officer who's just kind of scrawny and walks like he's got something to prove. The man with the belly walks over to Henry. Clearly they know one another, and the younger one kind of walks over to me and says, "So what happened?" Well, I went out for a run, and when I came back, my laptop was gone. He kind of looked me up and down and said, "Morning exercises?" Yeah, morning exercises. Now I'm still in my running clothes, and my sweat had just finished drying, so the context clues are implied. He doesn't really believe me, and he says we're going to need to go to the station so I can give an official statement, but he'll give me a ride. So I go to get in the Land Cruiser, and then he tells me to scoot over. And they usher in the thief next to me, so now I'm backseat middle hump. The thief is to my right, and then a rando on the left is coming along for the ride. Road trip. But now I'm backseat middle hump feeling really small, and not the good small because the smallest person gets the backseat middle hump, but because we're driving away from the guest house and I see Henry isn't coming, and I'm feeling really small. So when we get to the police station where I'm supposed to give my report, the thief and I are ushered into a holding cell, and I'm feeling real small and real left alone out there. The police officer with the belly comes, and I'm a little bit at ease because, well, he seemed friendly with Henry, and he sits down and he very kindly says, "Tell me what happened." So I said, "Well, when I came back, my laptop was gone." "Where were you?" "Well, I went for a run." "Ah, morning exercise. I should do that." So we have a little bit of a back and forth while the thief is still sitting next to me about morning exercise, and we should all be exercising. And he says, "Oh, I should be writing this down in the report." So he gets out some blank pieces of white paper, draws some lines and the word "report" on the top. And then he says, "Start again from the part where you said you went on a run." So I tell him what happened, and he says, "Okay, well, you're gonna have to go across the street to the courthouse for the hearing." I'm still in my workout clothes, but I walk across the street, and it's this old British-style colonial courtroom. You walk in, and there's like the public gallery and the space up front for the judge, and a lawyer's going, so I sit down and wait. And then I see the thief ushered in, and the lawyer stands up and says, "Well, Your Honor, we have to make this quick. We'll be calling Sala Webble to testify." We have to make this quick because Sala Webble is a British Episcopalian missionary, and she has to fly back to her motherland tomorrow. So I walk up to the witness stand and say, "Well, I'm American," and I'm interrupted and told only to answer the questions that I'm asked. But I'm at ease at this point because I see in the public gallery a friendly face. Henry showed up for my day in court. The lawyer begins. Do you know this man? No. You've never seen this man before, pointing to the thief. No. But you saw him this morning at the guest house? Yes. You were both staying at the guest house? Yes. In separate rooms? Yes. So why weren't you in your room? Well, I went out for a run. So you say you went out for morning exercises, and when you came back, this laptop wasn't there? He holds up my laptop. Yes. How do we know this is your laptop? Well, if you open the laptop, you'll see my name and photo on the inside. He opens the laptop, and it's just a black screen, and he says, no name, nope. There's kind of a gasp from the public gallery. And I say, well, you have to turn it on. So he walks my laptop up to the witness stand, and I push the button. That Apple chime goes off, and my name and photo appear. And the thief stands up and just says, I'd like a lawyer. Case closed. So the judge slams down his gavel and says, everyone's free to go, but I should leave my laptop as evidence. And I said, well, I need that laptop for work. And he agreed because it's for the Lord's work. So after a long morning, it's 1 p.m., Henry and I go back to the guest house. And the next day, I wake up to an article in the National Malawian newspaper with the title, Tanzanian Man Steals from American Episcopalian Missionary. It highlights in that article that my laptop was stolen when I went out for my alleged morning exercises. Although it did clarify that we had booked separate rooms. So at least my reputation as a missionary stands up, even if no one believes that I can go on a run.